Alright, after you've removed all the paper from your tiles so that they're clear now, like this, and you've printed out your tile designs like so, you're going to take this paper like this, which is the left side of the front of the Super Magic, and this paper, which is the right side of the front of the Scrambled Super Magic, and you're really just going to cut them out along the lines. You see there's lines on here. Each of these tiles, if you printed them correctly, each individual tile should be 2 inches and 1/16 of an inch by 2 inches and 1/16 of an inch, almost exactly. So really you can either cut them out with the scissors only, or you cut them out with like the scissors and your straight edge to cut straight lines, or you can use like the scissors and your straight edge cutter to just cut along the lines. So really just cut out all these little paper tiles here, and you need to arrange them so that they're all together in the right order on your table. So yeah, just cut them out. Alright, so you can see I've started to cut out the papers. Here is just like 4 squares together that I cut out using the scissors and the straight edge cutter, and it looks very nice. And then you can see down here there's more pieces that still need to be straightened out with straight edge cutter, and then after that I can start cutting out the individual tiles and laying them together so they look perfect enough to place in the tiles after that. Alright, as you can see, all the tiles, not all the individual tiles have been cut out, but tiles have been cut in like groups of 4 tiles, and they've been cut out from the paper, so, and placed together like this. So this is basically what your Super Magic will look like. You just have to finish cutting out the tiles, which I still have to do. So yeah. Okay, so once you've finished cutting out all your tiles, which is what I just finished doing, you're going to need to place, once they're placed all together like they would be in the scrambled position, you need to take one side of these clear tiles and place them so that the smooth side right here, not this bumpy side, but the smooth side, is facing up, and you need to place them in the same way that your tiles are positioned, just right under them. So yeah, just continue to place them like so until you've mimicked all of the tiles on, right here. Alright, as you can see, I've finished placing all of these tiles. Now what you need to do is you need to take each tile one by one and lay it on top of the tile that mimics it beneath it. And you just need to do that for all of your paper cutout tiles. Yeah, so just do that. Alright, I've finished placing all the paper tiles on top of the plastic ones. And the next step is really just self-explanatory. Just take the other halves of these see-through tiles and make sure that the flat side, that's nice and smooth, is pressing on the paper tile. So just lay them on top like this, and you can straighten them out like this. You can see this is what the tile will look like in the Magic, except this white side will have another paper on it, which we'll put in later. So yeah, just lay on the other half of the plastic tiles on top of the other stuff. Alright, so I finished placing all of the other halves of the tiles on top, and it almost looks like a completed Super Magic, but really it's not, because there's no strings, and we still have a lot of stuff to do. We have to, well, first of all, we have to make the other side of the tiles, and then we have to use our knife or something and then obviously string it. So the next step will be adding the correct tiles in the right places of the other side and adding them onto the other side of the super magic. Okay, the next thing you want to do is somehow you need to label each of these tiles from 1 to 16, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You can put a piece of tape over it and write the number on it. You just need to basically do that. And you also need to be able to tell the orientation of the number. Like for the 6s and the 9s, remember to put a line under them. But I put a line under all my numbers, just in case. So you can see on this number, this tile, it says number 1. So yeah, you need to do that for all your tiles. Alright, so after you've put the numbers on all the tiles and numbered them, you're going to have to put them together in this form, and they're going to be in a certain number order. I'm going to scroll down with the camera, and since you can't really see the numbers with this camera, alright, so once you have that down, you just need to position the tiles just like that so it forms this. And if you think you've messed up, like a good way to check is just to see if the pictures look almost the same as mine. Like if they look completely different, that means you messed up really bad. So that's just a good way to check. So yeah, do that. Alright, so once you're 100% sure that you've got all the tiles in the right places and in the right orientations, so really they're in the right orientations and the right permutations, which means in the right place, what you're going to need to do is basically flip the entire thing over so that the white side will be facing you, and then you're going to have to scooch it aside. So, well, you can't really just pick it up and flip it over because there's a bunch of tiles, obviously. So what you can actually do is once you get yourself a lot of room, you can just take a straight edge or something like this, and you can put it right at the end here where you're going to be flipping it over to the other side. So then you can just use the line of symmetry to be able to tell where to place tiles. Like for example, this tile right here would be placed on the exact opposite side of the wall. So you can see it's 3 spaces away from right here. So 1, 2, 3. So on the opposite side of the wall would be 1, 2, 3. So you can just use this wall, some sort of wall, to help you know where to place the tiles. Alright, as you can see, I flipped over the tiles and I checked them right here. So after you've done that, all you really need to do is start cutting out the other solve-aside papers, and you really just cut them out the same way you did for the first one. So just cut them out and arrange them on your table the same way that your other tiles are placed.